guys, and welcome back to another episode of Life with JoJo. I know it's been a while and my voice pretty rough, but I really am excited to share the topic I chosen for today. That why is dating hard in 2026? Is it really hard, or we make it hard, or the generation made it hard, or the expectation made it hard? So we'll find out. Like, this is my personal thoughts. And I would say that my generation, a millennial, a 90s baby, I feel like half of my friends, or half of my generation at least, or at least a little over, a little less, are settled now, or they're settling, or the careers are priorities, things like that. But I came, I came from a generation where technology is started to kick in. I feel like our generation, my generation, is the generation who still like play outside, get scabs on their knees, elbows just because of running and then you trip. And then this is the generation where phones started. Remember those days where you have you want to go out with someone and you only have a house phone, and then this person will call and your parents or your sibling will answer. It's like, oh, is so and so is this? And then you're like, hi, Mr. and Mrs. So and so. Is this person there? Like, you really want to talk to her, or just asking permission that, oh, can I take your daughter out? Those kind of things. Like, where you have to ask permission for the parents if they can go out. It's not even a date, just like hang out or like movies. And sometimes you have like another phone in the kitchen and then the whole family was listening to your conversation, kind of thing. But now we have cell phones where you can just directly contact someone or call, FaceTime. And then you have the social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where you can meet people. And of course, there's dating apps where you can, I don't know, swipe left, swipe right, up and down kind of thing. And I feel like it made dating so hard now because the mentality kind of shift where you have a perspective of, if it doesn't work out with this person, I can go move on to the other one. There's always like the better person, or you have better options. I would say that instead of knowing someone, if something shift or something's not interesting anymore, you kind of like just, okay, next, like block the number or things like that. I feel like before, in our parents' generation, or at least like our grandparents' generation, it's kind of hard because meeting people before is very organic. It's from work, friends of friends, relatives. It's something that you will have to be physically present. You will have to be in a conversation to be with someone. I mean, I believe those pen pals, sure, but I feel like you would write on a paper with like a freaking ink pen for hours just to send and then wait for it. I feel like the effort back in the day is very important because it will take time and you'll have to trust that this person that is far is wanted me. I am being wanted, or I wanted to be in a relationship with this person, even miles away or countries away. It was great because people know how to trust. It's, I feel like before in their generation, like cheating is harder because now cheating is virtually done. Emotional cheating, instantly done. Before, you had like a physical attraction to the person, just because you're talking 24/7 via phone, and then you have a partner, it's considered cheating. Period. I'm sorry, it is what it is, but it's cheating. So I feel like being in a generation where we have a lot of options, kind of like the mentality goes down. Instead of working it out, we'll just swipe right again and try it again. There's no more commitment. The hard arguments, discussions, miscommunication that you will have to sit through, I feel like it's easier to walk away now instead of actually fixing it. And it's one reason why relationship breaks, and then it's another repeat pattern and cycle of why dating is being hard. And also, one thing that I think that the expectation, there are people who would want a casual thing. There are people who date to get married, to build a life. And there's people that they're just chilling. They're taking their time. And I don't see anything wrong with that, but I feel like this is a conversation you have to do with the person across the room. You're gonna have to let them know what your expectation is. You're gonna have to know until where, or I feel like having this real deep conversation with someone will set the boundaries, will set everything in tone between the person and the other person in the room. Because if someone is gonna tell you that they don't ready to commit, and then the other person is dating to marry, I feel like both of you are just wasting time. So I feel like this discussion should be done in the early stage of the relationship. And there are people who wants to be in the relationship but also want to build a career. So you're going to have to find the balance. And if the other person doesn't really understood that there are days that you would have to choose your work, and there are days that you're going to catch up and then make time for you guys. And then it's just another, I would say, a toxic, and it will just drain both of you because you have two different things. It's not being supportive, but I think being transparent to the person that you're actually with is one of the greatest start of having a relationship, if you really want to have that relationship. I feel like transparency, honesty, setting goals, setting priorities, even if it's like a casual thing, so you know where you stand, and you know until where. Because sometimes, like, oh, I don't have the right to be jealous because we're not together. But in reality, you're kind of together, but not together. You know what I mean? It's sometimes, I don't want to call him. I don't want to call her because I feel like I'm acting needy. It kind of like sets the tone of the relationship if you both know where you at, what do you want, what's your expectations. And that's the only way, is just to communicate to each other. And I think one thing too is, I would say this like maybe a personal experience, that you would come to a point that you have to protect yourself. That sometimes you will have a good person in you, but you came from a bad relationship or a not so pleasant experience with someone, and you kind of like bring it over to yourself. Just like an example of over explaining. Like, if you will like over explain yourself to someone that you met, and that person is actually like have a very good emotional intelligence, and the person trusts you, and then you keep over explaining yourself, and then that person will say, you don't have to explain yourself, I trust you. And you're gonna like kind of like have a little panic attack, or not a panic attack, like your nervous system is just not accepting these things because it's not normal. Or let's just say like someone will, like, you're texting like back and forth, and then all of a sudden like he will do something, and instead of just leaving you hanging, this person will text like, hey, I'm just gonna be blah 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 blah, this and that. If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm doing this, and that's it. And you were like, what? Because it's not normal, you know. And next thing you know, you're gonna have this thought in your head that you will feel like you're sabotaging something good just because of the past did not work out. And then you're gonna end up in like another cycle of like, this is why I'm single, because I ruined good things, or I can't trust people because sometimes it's too good to be true. You're not allowing yourself to have someone try and actually sit and understand you. And like before, and before technology hits, if you feel like someone is like kind of pulling out, you will have like to have a sit down conversation, because you can't do that over the phone. Imagine writing those in letters. You kind of like have to explain yourself why. But once again, you don't have like negative impacts as much as now in the relationship. So I feel like before it wasn't really an issue, because I feel like before, at least, you know, you have like less chance of being cheated on, or being less of being like throwing words, because there have so much noise around us. Now it's like so easy to like, oh, you know, this person, blah 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 blah, and then they're gonna like tell you, oh, don't date this person because blah 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 blah. I feel like before it's harder because you have to make an actual effort to be with the person, and I feel like you will have now energy to just run around and saying things to the person. And now stalking X, or just peeking on people's life is easier just because of social media. Things like that. It's another threat, I would say, but it's something you have to work on yourself. And then also social media, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. I have social media before. I kind of like lay low in my social media, but also social media creates the perfect idea of a relationship. You have the princess treatment, the not so bare minimum treatment, and I feel like there are days in a relationship where they said you have to give 100% every day, and that's right, that's 100% true, and I will not oppose with that. But also sometimes that there are days that your 100% is kind of like your 50% from yesterday, but that is your 100%. Or there are days that you're like lively and want to do everything, or like being so sweet and romantic, and there are days you're just kind of like, I just need peace, just need to chill, and that's your 100%. But I feel like if you have the other person 100%, is there going towards to your 100% and meeting your 100%, I think it's a good thing. Like, two people have their own 100%, but also being a couple, being in a relationship together, I think you have another layer of 100%. Like, there are days you both like having like a 100% match, and then the other days are she'll give 20, he'll give 80. It's the moments that I feel like having a challenge and then knowing how to repair and to rebond in your partner is a good thing, the best thing actually that you can do in this generation of dating. But on the other hand, once challenges, or like, I would say, misunderstanding or stepping on pride or egos or things like that, and then you will hate your partner for like a day and you will confine to someone else, and then someone else will like give you the attention you need, the emotional support you need, and then you kind of left your partner away. And it's not just like in person, it's easier to do it now with social media. Like, I feel like it's when someone's giving you the attention you want, you kind of like fades away to the relationship that you have. And that's like the sad part of this generation, that it's easier to give up because there's always better. No one wants to sit through an ugly phase of a relationship. Everyone's just like an easy life. And I think one thing too is the reels that we see in social media, or like just the videos that we see in social media, there are times that I kind of like question myself why we're having a communication barrier just because of the things we see in the social media, where women are being thought of not texting the male first because it looks like we're chasing, and having like the mentality of men that they will show that if men doesn't respond in a 20-minute period, they're doing something else or you're not a priority. But men have lives. They do things, but that idea that sets in our head is the idea of we're overthinking. We're thinking something bad to our partner, or just not having trust, period. Like, that's it. Like, because that's what social media kind of like feeds you. The perfect and the ideal relationship is you communicate, you're romanticizing your life together, you're planning ahead, having a family, buying a house, go on trips like this. Those are the tip of the icebergs. But having a real communication, a deep connection, it needs work. And it does. You can't just have 100% happy go lucky time with your person. You're gonna have to go through bullshit in life before my love for you is bigger than this argument. So I know that we can handle this. Someone who would say that to you, someone like, let you go out with your friends. Like, I trust you. If you need anything, call me. That's the relationship that you have to work on. You will like so close of saying not so nice and not very kind words to your partner. You will be like, just give me a moment, I will be right back. Or just hold each other hands, and then your question is like, what are you doing? I'm just loving you. There is a lot of ways that I learned how to like communicate and repair, and it's not like an overnight process. You kind of have to go through a lot before you actually learn how. Or you know what's the best thing is ask your partner, how do you want to be loved? what's your expectation from me when you get upset? Or like there are days that, what do you need? What can I help you? How can I help you? Things like that. It's a communication, it's a transparency. Because it's one thing I learned too, if you can't really talk to your partner, is that person really your partner? If you can't share anything happen in your day with your partner, is that really your partner? Because I feel like being with someone like you treat like as your best friend is something that will build the relationship with. It's someone that you would want to start and end your day with. It's someone who will pick you up whenever you need, or if they will see you're drowning, and the instant mentality or like the instant response is like, how can I help you? What do you need help with? Someone who will like call you gorgeous, pretty. Someone will see the hard work you've been putting and will not judge you on that. Relationship is work. And I feel like in this generation, dating change. Dating changed the people. Reality and expectation changed the dating world. And also, I feel like communication is harder compared to the past generations that we had, like our parents or grandparents. They don't have phones. They don't have, it's harder to ghost because, that person will go to your house. And I think we are surrounded of the idea of finding the perfect. There's none. You have to make it work to be perfect. It's something you have to work on to be perfect. And even if you work so hard, it's not gonna be perfect. The idea of perfect is within you. You can tell in the end of the day, once you're in bed and next to someone, or just next some like texting or FaceTiming someone, that this is perfect. This is the life I wanted. Like this is the person I want to be with. And I feel like that is enough to be perfect. It is the idea of us having the perfect moments. Sometimes perfect moments just means sitting in the back of your car, open the trunk, eat ice cream, or I don't know, just talk via FaceTime until you fall asleep. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a very extravagant moment to be perfect. I think it's the person and the relationship that you both made and you both decide to choose and to stay to be perfect. So, please, I would really want to hear stories of, do you think dating in 2026 is hard? Did it change us? Or the dating generation is actually changed? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, maybe. And don't start loving someone. Don't start don't stop putting an effort to be with someone. Don't stop letting all the noise in this world to let the person know how you feel. Because tomorrow is not a promise. Send a text, send that call, press that call button, and make sure they're known that they are loved, they are wanted. And like I said, you might have an agreement of how things are or how things gonna be, but if you feel like that's not your person, I would say let them go, because at least they will find someone, or they will find the love that they want. instead of holding on someone that you're just being there because it's convenient. Have this person to be loved by a different people, a different person, that the love that they deserve. Talk through it. Have a sit down. Have an honest, transparent, and adult conversation. And that's it for this episode. And I hope you all like it. I'll see you next time.